Hi, we have been seeing the regulators, financial institutions in India that regulates it. Now coming back to the specifics of banking and its functions. I had a strange experience of traveling in an aircraft and one of the Taj hotel owners was sitting next to me and then he asked, what is it you do in banking? I was saying that we do customer service. And he said, oh, we also do the customer service. Then I was telling, we do doorstep banking also. Oh, yeah, we also, do the services similar to that. In what way you are different? So he was probing me and then going to the roots of the basic definition of banking is accepting deposits for the purpose of lending or investments payable on demand through a check or otherwise. Why that word otherwise is coined is, now we have a system of ATM also that can be utilized in making the payments. Need not be through the bank brick and mortar style of payment alone. And now you have online transfers also, mobile banking and internet banking services are available. So withdrawal is possible in various modes. So this is how it is defined, and it is defined under section 5B of the Banking Regulation Act about the banking. So then we have various functions that attribute to the banking. First is taking deposit accounts. Second one, taking current account. So deposit account is savings account and fixed deposit or monthly deposit. Current account is of current nature where there is no interest paid, business purposes. Third one is issue and pay checks. Fourth one is collect checks, crossed and uncrossed. So these are the four essential functions of the bank. What are the other business permitted for banking company? Taking of money, which we already said, accepting deposits, taking money, advancing of money, drawing, making, accepting, discounting of bills of exchange, a bill of exchange, promissory note, currency also is considered under that. Granting and issuing letter of credit, LCs, traveler's checks. Traveler's checks is now redundant. Many times only the cards are being issued now. So traveler's checks are not of much great importance now. Bullion, selling of foreign exchange, underwriting and dealing in stocks, that is also dealt with. Purchasing and selling of bonds, negotiating of loans and advances, providing safe deposit vault, and this is one of the prime parameter of the banking, collecting and transmitting of money and securities. It acts as an agent to the government also, and it undertakes the administration as estater or executor, trustee or otherwise. Is there any business that is prohibited for the banking company by Reserve Bank of India? So section 8 speaks about it. It prohibits undertaking trading risk and directly involving into the trading activity. So section 19 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, it says about what are the terms and conditions that can be given to the bank for forming a subsidiary company. Banks can also form a subsidiary company. What are that they can do? For what purposes it can be opened? The following are the purposes for which a bank can have a subsidiary. One is undertaking of any business permitted for a banking company. In case for carrying on the business exclusively outside India, you can form a subsidiary company. And to carry on the business of credit information in accordance with the Credit Information Companies Act 2005. So these are the various options available for the banks to open a subsidiary company. Reserve Bank of India has stipulated that banks can set up subsidiaries to transact equipment leasing also. And one of the classic example of these permission being utilized is State Bank of India, which has opened its mutual fund transactions. They have entered into this business in a significant way by establishing a subsidiary company named SBI Capital Markets Fund. You all must be knowing, they call it SBI Cap, it is very famous. Has taken over the business of merchant banking division of State Bank of India. Merchant banking division is trading, dealing in buying and selling of mutual funds and shares. So what are the various services rendered by the bank to the depositors? In a nutshell, we will see collection of checks is being done, purchase of local and foreign currency, Carrying out the standing instructions for the payment of insurance premium also is being done. Ancillary services, what are they? Performance guarantees is given. Safe custody of the deeds and securities are taken care of. Safe deposit vault. Purchase and sale of securities. Collection of interest on securities and debentures. Remittances like bank draft, mail transfer, telegraphic transfer is done. Executor and trustee's job. Personal tax assistance is being given now. Credit transfers, credit cards are being given, and then gift checks are also given by the banks now. What are the new businesses that are undertaken by the banks? Banks are undertaking insurance business. That is a major a deviation from traditional banking. In April 2000, Reserve Bank of India issued guidelines for banks entry into the insurance business. So with a net worth of 500 crore, capital adequacy ratio at least 10%, and a reasonable level of non-performing assets. So these are the three criteria which is given by Reserve Bank of India to do the insurance business. The first is net worth 500 crore, capital adequacy ratio of 10%, and a reasonable level of NPA. And one more point which is being added is net profit should be there at least during the last 3 years. So these are the 4 points that are given to start up a joint venture company for insurance business along with any other company. Point number 2, which is in a new business, banks as a participants of security depositories. Banks are eligible to be appointed as a participants of the security depositories set up in India. Point number 3, sale of mutual fund product. Point number 4, the last one, wealth management and investment advisory services. This is a new service which is being offered by the big banks to their high net worth customers. Banks train their staff members to undertake this service, which entails giving advice to the high net worth investors about investing their surplus funds. So these are the major works that is being entertained by the banks. Now going forward, we will see the types of relationship that exist between banker and the customers. That will be very interesting. So I hope you had idea about what are the functions and ancillary services being entertained or done by the banks and the modern banks in India. Thank you very much for patiently watching. Look forward to other points to be covered on the relationships between banker and the customer. Bye.